Good morning. We have our new topic in web technology. How the web projects are proposals of web projects are written. In this, we will discuss if somebody need to make a website for a client, how to present that you know written documentation in front of client and in front of client from the organization. This what here we are going to discuss. We will understand here. We will understand here how a project manager consolidate the information regarding website and present in front of our customer. So let's move ahead. If anybody is working as a project manager or consultant, anybody is working as a project manager or consultant, it is quite common that everybody demands a proposal for its project, and it's always very challenging to the project manager team to come up with the idea to bring something new on the table for the client who is demanding a website. When competing the web design and development or market contracts, a professionally presented development proposal must often decide whether you lose or win the business. In the past, going through many written proposals that were reviewed and approved by the client, project team also delivered the product on the basis of the proposal approved successfully. Projects give the guide map on which the product will take its journey to the final stage, as well as how it was going to maintain in future. See, here I just want to share you some experience, you know, by this article and lecture. I just want to share you the experience of the many years how this project proposal is written for the in the domain of the website. First of all, any project summary, any web project, need the executive summary. Describe the business problem statement and vision and scope statement here. Describe the business problem statement and vision and scope statement here. This element can have a several elements as follows. Objective, like describe business problem. So this executive summary will be a problem statement for the uh, coming problem statement for the coming brainstorming session where the people present out here will get uh, reap some strategy, you know, regarding to solve that problem. For this, for this executive summary, in respect of that, we create an objective. In the objective, we describe a business problem, project vision, and scope. What is the objective is all about? In the objective, we describe a business problem and project vision and scope statement. Okay, this part. So in objective, what we discuss? We discuss business problem statement and vision and scope statement. What are the time frames and price? Describe the tentative start and end date of the project. Also, list out the factors on which the schedule and cost of the project will. For example, also list of factors on which the schedule and cost of the project. So first of all, we define a time. We define objective by defining a problem statement, a vision and a scope statement. Then we go toward the cost of the project. For example, if the team does not get feedback or approval from the client within the specific time, both the schedule and cost of the project may be affected. Describe why do you think your project team will execute this project and deliver a schedule within the successful result? Because this is the most important arena of the web development. We need to take care of this. Why do you think that your project team will execute this project and deliver it on schedule and within budget successfully? Because once this question is pondered, you know, once this question is pondered, most of the problem is going to be solved. Okay, most of the problems is going to be solved. Okay, so we for you know for managing the thing, we first of all should understand our before proceeding, after going through the main brainstorming session, why do we think that the project team will execute this project and deliver it in the schedule? The first question is, why do we think the project team will execute this project? And second question is, deliver it on schedule within budget successfully. So best part, if this team C question has been defined, describe why do you think the project team will be execute this project and deliver it on schedule and within budget successfully. Then we move towards the main part. We just have a research, and brainstorming session in front of some positive points for our company with respect to our competitors. So in company profile, we describe the company background, company history, business qualification, technical skills we have, our past achievements, and contact details, obviously. Company profile give an idea to customer to whom he is going to deal with. So in this company profile, we need to make sure that we give our best. How we can able to give this? We are able to give this by having our background, our business qualification, our business qualification in the mean to say that how much we are cover up our cover the projects, cover up of the projects, our technical skills, our past achievements as well, our contact details as well. Okay, now let's move ahead. After giving the company information, we go for the scope of a project. The business you are submitting the proposal for, your understanding of their product and services, the target market, the goals of the website, and the rough outline of how you will achieve them. This should also include requirements which are excluded from the project and assumption for the project. Scope always is very specific. First of all, we need an understanding of the project and services. Then we need an understanding of the target markets. Then we need an understanding of the goal of website. Then we need an understanding of rough outline of how you will achieve them. This should also include requirements which are excluded from the project. Which is excluded from the project and an assumption for products. So scope should be very specific, in which we discuss our product and services, in which we go towards our target market, in which we focus towards the goal of the website, in which we have a rough outline of how we will be achieved, in which we have requirements which are excluded from the project and assumption of the project. What are the proposed solution? A description of the style of the site you are proposing. Elements from the client current branding. You will utilize new elements in your development. Always the solution should be incorporate the suggestion of the client as well as the technical efficacy what we have. And this should be mixed in a such a way, this mixture will become a smoothie which is become a tasty experience for the client as well as the team who is in the development process. What are the special considerations? See, if we are on a web, we are in a global market. Again, and if you are in a global market, we are very vulnerable. And if we are on a global market and if we are very vulnerable, and we are also on the toe. So for this, we have our globalization. We have our security. We need to consider these things. We need to consider the performance. And we need to gather other issues as well. So a special consideration of the globalization, security and performance is also needed to really understand the expansion of our web can be. In the web proposal, in the web development proposal, we should also consider of the architecture of the current system and its shortcomings, because I always say that whenever in a web your work should be very futuristic. What is the proposed architecture? How the proposed architecture should be? It should be explained well with the help of the flowchart or Visio diagrams. How the this flowchart and Visio diagram should define the flow and navigational structure of a website. What is the flowchart description? A detailed description of each web page, how it fits with the overall website theme. And project element is address. So website theme is taken by the client and the project element is taken by the company which is making the website. Now the next important question, what should be the proposed technology? See, technology, detailed technology description should be there to make sure that client will able to assess this information to our background history, and if you want to suggest some proposal for that he wants this development in like different manner, then only it will help. Then only it will help to understand it better. Then only it will help to produce it better. Then only it will help to get it better. So proposed technology should be suitable for our team, our bench strength, as well as the environment in which we are working. The ecosystem should provide the labor if required, like skilled labor in some technologies domain. So technology should be chosen like this. Let's assume I am giving here an example of like .NET framework and web services. Let's assume there is no worry within a surrounding, not .NET framework person, and within the web services, there is a many person around within our ecosystem. Then we should go for the web services, because end of the day, if you make a website on a .NET framework, we are not getting a help by the ecosystem present out here, where you are there, and the ecosystem is not helping you, then let me tell you, your task will be very tough. But if the ecosystem is there and you are able to get a help from the ecosystem, your task will be eased in a very, you know, good manner. Now let's very important part. Development timeline. There should be description of the each stage of the web project's development. Estimated completion of date of the deliverables and milestones. Notes regarding the consultation. Information feedback for the clients. It should be clear that the schedule and the cost of the project will be affected. And if there will be a change in the requirement of the changes in the requirement or delay in the feedback in the approval of the client or approval of the client, then what should be our strategy next? So keeping this all criteria, stage of the web development, completion date of delivery should be defined. But in due, one should add the buffer of client consultation, information feedback of the client, schedule cost of the project, you know, changes in the requirement, delay in the feedback, approval of the client side. These all are needed. Okay. What are the delivery schedule? Delivery date and mode of the delivery help us to understand delivery schedule. And when these all schedules are defined, then one should then when all these schedules are defined, we should prepare a Gantt chart regarding this. Gantt chart give the team a clear-cut idea, the timeline of our workflow, how and when the milestone we need to achieve and which deliverables we need to send. So till now we understand what really the executive summary and sub elements are, and so in the future we will understand what really the project management is and how, you know, project management implements its concept within this web project proposal. Then we will go for project configuration management in our next lecture, and finally we give our disclaimer as well as the maintenance information, change request information, and how it is done. We'll discuss in our lecture. Hope you got an understanding of web project proposals with this lecture, and we will enhance it more in the coming lecture. Thank you for your patience. Take care.